person's opinion or not.
Wait, Fridays, I have to ask you, what does she watch? Fox, or does she watch CNBC?
Anything other than Fox, because in her mind, she thinks Fox News, even if they're just reporting the news, she thinks Fox News is like the a tabloid channel. She doesn't regard it as a real news channel. She doesn't think that they actually ever report the news.
Yeah, broken clock is right twice a day.
So when she watches like CNN and ABC and CBS, all the other channels, she's not gonna ever think to herself that this person just gave their opinion. She thinks whatever came out their mouth is the news.
And a lot of people like that. Man, I'm going to give you a chance to push back.
That's why we have to bring back the fairness doctrine and the Mayflower doctrine.
This doctrine doesn't have much to do with it. It has to do with
Hold on, Marshall. Let me just say this. So, Darth Ninja and Quincy, right? I just want you guys to know, like ABC, that's owned by Disney. You know what Disney is? It's a corporation that you can buy stock in. Not Jews. It's not an exclusive club for Jews, you morons. So Jews don't own the news. They don't own the media. They own some companies, but not a majority of the companies. You could buy stock in these companies. Buy them right now. Go ahead. But this rhetoric of Jews own the news is fucking bullshit already. Hold on, Edward, hold on, please. Robert, hold on. Because I want to give Meta a chance to push back, and I have to go to Michael because he's been waiting. Meta, you want to push back?
there too, Jay, if you don't mind.
Marshall, I called you 3 times, bro.
Dude, I didn't even hear you. I'm sorry.
No worries, I got you. Meta.
Yeah, I think it's not only possible, it's critical that both sides come together and remove ourselves from the shackles of this bipartisan bullshit. It doesn't and has not served us for years. Don't work. It's outdated, and we need to evolve. Right? It's so crazy. It's like hearing people in a pub in the medieval times argue about which king they want to serve. It's so crazy to me. Like, why are we so in our consumeristic mindset so focused on upholding other people that ain't did shit for us? And I'm speaking from a person, as I always speak to a black person, right, from America, who has to constantly deal with people equating me with the left so much so that I gotta say that I'm left-leaning just because I accept that people should be able to live a life where we can all just do us if it don't affect other people. Like, I just think that's bare common sense.
So Brandon, let me ask you this, because I think a healthy country is divided, and here's why. Because we can all come together on some bullshit. You know, Germany was together, and look how that ended. A lot of countries come together, and look how it always ends for the minorities in that country. So there's supposed to be a healthy divide, because again, we can all come together, and what we're coming together for will be some bullshit.
So real quick, I'm gonna get you pushback, and I'm gonna mute up so somebody else will speak. So what you're talking about, I agree with. What I would call that are subcultures. Obviously, people are different, right? But there are certain things that are intrinsic to humans, right? Like the need to eat, the need to have housing, the need to be able to protect your children. We all care about that, no matter where you stand on in the spectrum of politics. We all want to make sure we're not eating fucking artificial meat. You get what I'm saying? We all want to make sure that house we buy, we can afford to buy it and not have a 30, 50-year mortgage and then refinance that bitch multiple times to put our kid to school. We all want to have assurances. That's something that we can all agree upon. And these farmers that got to currently deal with them losing their farms because they voted against their best interest is showing us that the lines that we are currently standing a part of, they're illusory. That we need to actually come together on real solid things and focus on that.
Let me say this. Thank you, man. Everybody hold on for a second. Let me just say this. Next year's the midterms. Your voice could be heard. I know you think it's just one vote. I'm talking about congressional races, Senate races, governor's races. Get out there and vote. Get rid of some of these people that are lifelong politicians. Clean house. It's our fault these people are in power. It's our fault that Nancy Pelosi's been grabbing money with both hands for decades. If any of us did what she did, we wouldn't be in prison, we'd be under the prison. but it's legal because she's a congresswoman. I think it's fucking ridiculous. The truth is this: we have to stop playing with these parties. We just have to become Americans. I know it sounds cool by Irish, but listen, I can talk to Fridays. I can talk to XG. I can talk to Winston. I know what side I come from, and I get it. But as an American, I'm thinking maybe this one's right about this and this one's right about that. To show a little more respect to each other, people listen. Will have this conversation. They listen to respond instead of listen to learn. That's really the truth. No, this is the one I'm going to go in. Michael Marshall Tough. Michael, thank you for your patience.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Hey, you're fine, sir. The mic is yours.
Right on. Hey, long time listener, JP. Anyway, I came up to kind of debate out some of the stuff you were saying, but like what Meta was saying and Gwen Stefani, like it's all good. So since I'll have this moment, I'll just say like this divisiveness, like other people talk about this divisiveness is what these people in power want us to do, like arguing against each other while our families suffer, right? You know, like these control structures that are in place. It doesn't matter if it's left or right. Like we're playing a completely different game against each other while these people are just like stealing from us and taking from us, right? And like it's when people say wake up on the left or wake up on the right, you know, like it's really like if you can't see the divisiveness causing us all to just like fight against each other, and that's not like really a kumbaya thing, right? I mean, it's just kind of like we should be helping each other and fighting against this shit that's oppressive to all of us. Not arguing about some bullshit that happened 7 years ago about like what one guy said to another guy. One old guy said this to another guy, and now like the price of fucking eggs are up. It's just fucking stupid. So divisiveness is the enemy, and our enemies of the U.S. Right? They're like laughing at it. They're like taking advantage of us. Just watch the news, right? I mean, like our enemies are fucking just totally frothing at the mouth while we're just sitting here fighting about some stupid shit. That's it. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate your share. I'm gonna go to Marshall then Tough.
Hey, Jared. I just wanted to say to the prior conversation about the news is only required to show you by law 1 hour of informational programming a day. That's all they're required to. So everything else is opinion. It doesn't matter whether it's Fox, CNN, the no longer existent MSNBC, ABC, CBS, or Fox. They all show you opinion shows unless it's like 5 or 6 o'clock. What I wanted to, the main thrust of what I wanted to say was I've been listening to this conversation and we've been talking about like not being divisive, but people have been also talking about how this bipartisan shit, quote unquote, doesn't work for us. And the thing that hits me is, well, no shit, it doesn't work. Nobody participates in it. Like, we vote every 2 to 4 years or every 6 years for Senate. We pick the person we like. Sarah, no ma'am, you cannot have this food. We pick the sources we like, and then we ignore the rest. We don't, as Americans, try to make an effort to figure out either A, what people ideologically believe that is different than other people without like losing their minds. But number two, the less people are present, the less American citizens are present in the electoral system, the more the legislators are going to do whatever they want to do. One of the things, and I'll land with this, the founder said, was that the last check on the system was the American public. I don't expect people to have like 5 hours of news a day. I don't expect them to be experts. In fact, if I could give one piece of advice, it would be start in your local area, do like school board, city commission, county commission, or something in your state, because those control the vast majority of rules, regulations, and taxes that you have to pay. And if you get invested, if you get interested, your local government will work better. And if you clean up your little tiny corner of the world, the larger system can be cleaned up. But without public interaction for the system as the last check, we simply will have politicians doing stuff we don't want them to do because we don't bother to tell them what to do. We don't bother to call or to write or to make ourselves present during campaigns. We, at the very most, just vote. And we're Americans, we have a bajillion freedoms, but they also come with responsibilities, and you also have a duty as an American to give back to your country. You can only make it better if you are an active participant in it. Otherwise, politicians are going to do the stuff you don't want them to do.
Thank you, Marshall. Appreciate you. I agree with you. I said it earlier. I don't give a fuck. It's for the local dog catcher. Get out there and exercise your right, man. Before we continue, I just have to say real quick, this is for somebody down the hall I'm talking to. Boston sucks ass, bro. Just gotta say that. Tough, how you doing, Tough? Tough, are you there? All right, we're gonna go to Pro Lyrical. Hello, Pro.
Came to say hello. I just called. No, actually, I was working.
I told you not to serenade me in front of people, Boogie.
That's right. I've been working on my Steve Appel impression.
Yeah, that's
So
great,
I've
man.
been addicted to doing Steve Appel. So I don't think I'm ever gonna enter a room anymore as myself. I'm only gonna go into Steve Appel. JB, do you need a fresh five?
Have you done this?
You're in Casa de Appel.
Have you done that for him first?
No, I keep waiting for him to come in. I was hoping he'd be in here.
I'm gonna text him offline, see if I can get him in here.
Benjamin is Benjamin here. Sorry. That's just fun. I like doing impressions, but I don't know what it is. It's just weird. I'm trying to master this Steve Appel thing. I do need to come on in. And Casa de Appel law firm, Spagnoli and Hardcastle and McCormick. We. All right, back to your show.
Hey, can I say something to the title real fast?
Yeah, Tough, I called on you. Pro, hang out. I text him, see if he comes in. Get it, Tough.
Oh, my fault. I didn't hear you. I was in here with the kids. But I feel as though President Trump is not dividing the country. If you ask me, this country was made to be divided. Isn't that why we have two parties? Like, that alone is the division. Outside versus your side. Like, yeah, if you ask me.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I feel like, no, Trump ain't dividing nothing. Like, no matter what, as long as it's two parties, three parties, stuff like that, it's going to be division. It's going to be. Hell, even if it's one party, it's in human nature for people to disagree. So, yeah.
Thank you, Tough. I'll come back to you. Uncle Steve Appel, if you can come to the stage for a second, I'd appreciate it. Because somebody wants to serenade you. How you doing, Steve?
Oh, really? And by the way, I'm in the car with my brother. Just finished having with our dad, but I love being serenaded.
Go ahead, Pro Lyrical.
Steve, I'd like to give you a fresh five. Take as much time as you need. Go up to 5 minutes, but not including 5. But if you could just go just over 5, it's okay. I mean, take as much time as you need, Steve. We're in Casa de Appel. You're on the fresh 5 with my friend, Steve Appel.
Thank you, Pro Lyrical. Thank you, JB.
I realize I think I'm going over the mark with the baritone. Did you have a cold, Steve? You sound a little different.
I'm in the car with my brother.
I've been working on Steve Appel. I don't know why. I don't know how it happened. I just, you have a lot of charisma that I had to try to take on. Not one person can do it, but Benjamin, if he's in the crowd.
Well, thank you for that, Steve. Thank you for coming in. Because I texted him offline. I was like, Steve, can you come to the room for a minute? I didn't tell him why, so.
JB, whenever you call, I'll be there, bro.
JB, whenever you call, I'll be there too. And I will call Casa de Appel, sponsored by McCormick, Hardcastle, and Schmidt.
Actually, this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
All right, guys, we're going to go popcorn style. Just please respect the one mic policy. The question is President Trump dividing the country?
Yeah, I wanted to push back on what Tough has stated, JB. You said that Trump is not dividing us. The country was already divided I am going to answer a question that I do want to get your response to, but I'm going to also make a statement before you answer. Do you not feel like Trump is a product of the division in which you point out, with it being 1, 2, 3, or multiple parties? That's the way that the country was created. I did want to ask you that. And then my statement is, it was challenging watching snippets, and no, I didn't need to see the whole segment of Charlie Kirk's memorial. As I'm not, doesn't matter whether I had empathy or not for this man's legacy. Let me just put that out there. But it was so challenging, and it was heartbreaking to hear the leader of the free world go on stage after Charlie Kirk's wife speaking and him saying, in so many words, he loves to incite violence, and that he wants to go to battle, go to war with the left. So if that's not division, I don't know what is. And like I said before in my opening, we aren't dealing with Lyndon B. Johnson. We aren't dealing with Eisenhower. We aren't dealing with Clinton. We aren't dealing with Bush. We aren't dealing with Obama. We're not dealing with Biden. We're dealing with one man who has the opportunity to change the peripheral. Can he fix it all? Hell no. But it really gets underneath my skin when I hear some of us from my own community, and I'm not saying that you are African American or anything of that nature. I love my sister not upstairs, and she has dissenting opinions all the time, and she quotes the left as equally she quotes the right. But it really gets on my nerves when I hear some of my cotton picking, my house Negro brothers and sisters fix their lips and say, I don't think Trump is dividing us, or they make excuses. I hate us Negroes when we do that. Because regardless of whether or not we think somebody's rhetoric is divisive or not, you gotta be able to call the bullshit out. Where did my people, I'm not talking about no white people right now, I'm calling out my black people. Where the fuck did we get so high and mighty in our standards and our regard to not call out the bullshit and call out the shit just the way that we see it? Like, where did we miss that? Where did we succumb to, oh, well, it's not really divisive, it's not really racism, or it's not really bigotry, it's always been this way. It just wasn't with Trump. No, you're right. Nobody's saying that. But who is the man that's always got his mouth open? Who is the man who's always twiddling at his thumbs on Twitter, on X, saying any and everything off the rip? Who is it? When did my people become so naive to that bullshit? And I'm talking to ones like I, who is fair across the board. I'm talking to the pickaninnies. I'm talking to the, if Master sick, I'll niggas say we sick. I'm talking to that. We gotta get back to our roots and start calling shit the way that it is. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm leaving y'all niggas behind. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all worse than the white folks. We advocate the white supremacists. And to my white brothers and sisters on the other side, I'll leave you with this. And I asked you before, nobody answered me. How does it feel to be a nigger? Because I never wanted it for you. Never did. But when Manny Till buried her son after him being dragged from the Mississippi River with the cotton gin attached to him, nobody came out in droves and supported us at all. When that young boy at the age of 13 years old died because he quote unquote whistled and raped a grown-ass white woman. So I asked you, how does it feel to be a nigger? Because I never wanted it for you, but I'm going to tell you what you can do. Let down your guard, brother. Let down your guard, sister. Decolonize and tear this white supremacy shit down. You don't need it. We don't need it. We need each other. So how does it feel to be a nigger? It don't feel good, do it? Because I never wanted you to feel that.
Yeah, it's giving you trying to divide the room, but yeah.
but that's what you hear. That's what you think that you heard. So are you really listening to what the fuck I'm saying though?
It was a joke. No. I was saying that because you said you had a question for me. Then you went on a long diatribe, and I kind of missed the question and everything that you said. That's why I was just, I see that you must be a leftist. Like,
No, I'm a revolutionary abolitionist. That's who the fuck I am. And I'm trying to get people to think about some real hardcore shit. And it's, I'm emotional because I'm passionate.
I have a question. Hold on, Jordan. I have a question. When Stefani, listen, I'm serious. I understand your passion, and I feel the same way. And sometimes I like to envision, when I'm reading into what you're saying, this great black utopia, right? But my question to you, sir, is, and this is going to sound funny, but hear me out. In your version of the great black utopia, the revolutionized black man and woman, the black man and woman of tomorrow, right? Can we at least have Starbucks in this utopia that are run by white folks? Because I'm telling you something, I do not want to fight niggas early in the morning getting my coffee, right? So can we at least have some white folk ran Starbucks in the new age black revolution?
Girl, yes, we need white folks, we need blue folks, we need purple folks, we need brown folks. Look, I love all people.
and keep the Mexicans at McDonald's.
I need all people. I need my Mexicans in the Starbucks. I need my Ethiopians. I need my utopian. That's not a word, y'all. I need all of us, because one thing about Gwen Stefani, I don't draw a circumference around just a little bitty, itty bitty community that I'm in. I draw my circumference around the entire universe. I can't look to my president and say that my president does that. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And I heard you when you said, oh, it was just a joke, but you're trying to divide the room and you sound like a leftist. No, I'm a revolutionary abolitionist. That's who the fuck I am. But do I vote majority Democratic? Yeah, because I don't see shit of value on the Republican side. Maybe but a few things, and that's far and few between. So let me make myself perfectly clear. But do I have plans on voting for this upcoming election? Absolutely not. And that's the first time I have said that on a live audio app. I don't intend on voting. Because the Democrats, they ain't shit. The Republicans ain't shit. And we ain't got nothing for us in the middle who really want true change, but nobody wants to put boots on the fucking ground. Why did anybody on the left vote for that Charlie Kirk bullshit bill when we had a George Floyd policing act that has not yet seen the light of fucking day? Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Why would you vote alongside that bullshit? And this is what I talk about.
Hold on, I understand that anger entirely, but respectfully, if you're not going to engage in the electoral process next election, whatever the result is next election, you have no right to fucking complain about it afterwards.
Then you know what? Guess what? Out of the last few years that I have voted, and if I choose not to vote next year, you're absolutely right. I have no right to fucking complain. But let me ask you this. How many times do I gotta put my hand in the fucking fire and then not expect to be burned?
I agree.
How many times?
No, hold up. I agree. But I keep my hands in the fire and the pot's not getting spilled on me afterwards with me not being able to do shit about it.
But guess what? I think the world will be okay without me casting my vote. And this is where we're at. If we don't want to have an honest conversation and really put real boots on the ground to pretty much invigorate and incite some form of change, then hell, shit, I tell us all, don't show up to the vote.
I agree with the boots on the ground thing, Mr. Bunny. Don't think I disagree with you there. But what I'm saying is, if we can't even put in a box, how are we gonna put boots on the ground?
Well, let me ask you this: why would you want to put ballots in a box when everybody is doing all that they can to change around the electoral map? Why would I want to do that?
Because
gerrymandering's at an all-time high.
as much as it sucks and as much as the dystopian shit around us is happening, unfortunately, harm reduction is something we have to do, and voting in one way over another is definitely harm reduction.
Shit, I say none of us vote. Protest in a different way. None of us vote.
But again, none of us vote, and then everybody else on the other side votes. Like, this is exactly how Trump lost the first time, which is, nobody do mail-in ballots. And then, oh my God, how did we lose the election? Nobody did mail-in ballots. How did you guys get so many more than us? Like, it's the exact same thing. They're going to say, or we'll say, like, hey, don't do X, Y, and Z. The moment the expected result of not doing X, Y,
Y, and Z, which is the other person wins, happens, so the confusion and like, oh my God, why is this up? What's
Jared,
going
what
on?
time?
But you know I'm just providing my answer then, though.
Hold on, let me welcome Augustus to the stage. What's up, Augustus?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah, good topic. Always got the good topics in there.
Yeah, what do you say? Is President Trump dividing the country? And anybody else wants to chime in? Gwen Stefani, I know you and XG were having a moment. Did y'all have a chance to land? I just wanted to welcome
Yeah, we all
Augustus
good.
to this.
We all good.
Shit. Oh shit, you can't do it.
Go ahead, Augustus. Oh, JB, I didn't know you were there. Go ahead.
Oh shit, you can't do
Well,
it.
Augustus
There
can
you
go.
go.
I was just gonna ask Gwen Stefani a question, but I'd rather pass it to Augustus right now. Augustus, how you doing, bro? How's DC treat you?
It's all right, man. To be honest with you, it's a tough town. It's a tough town to get around, but I made some new friends tonight, and we're gonna stick together, and I think that things are gonna turn around for me. So I'm just staying spiritually fit.
Look, hold on, time out, man. Listen, no bullshit, no cap, no stroke. Man, as far as you've come, like legit, because you know I know you from back in the day. Man, you doing fucking fantastic, and I'm proud of you. No bullshit.
I appreciate that, JB. I really do from the bottom of my heart, bro. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, this topic, man, like, you know, I don't know if one person could be responsible for what we're seeing. I wouldn't put it all on President Trump, man. You know, he's a divisive person, and clearly, you know, he's the leader of the Republican Party, but
Yeah.
it all doesn't come down to just one guy, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to hypertext you. So, giving you a ring, John. No, it's very doable. It's very doable, and I've been there. I've been on the ballot 3 times. And like, unlike you, I survived last time. They tried to take me out with 2 sets of lawyers. You saw me.
Wait,
I came in there like a gangster. I got kicked out of the Chicago Board of Election. You saw that. You saw me after I got kicked out. I still was in the building. And I was cussing them out, and I got in trouble for that. This was anti-Semitic.
Yeah, but getting
I'm
kicked
Jewish.
out,
What?
getting kicked out doesn't help you at all. I mean, what's the point?
No. That's what I'm saying is that I literally was like cussing out my judge. I cussed out my judge. I cussed out the guy that was checking my ballot, but I still made it. Is what I'm saying.
What was that for? A committee person?
What?
That was for committee person?
Yeah, and like I literally and I'm saying because I was such an alpha about it, they never technically banned me.
Why did you
I was
bother?
like, fuck you, I'm leaving, because I knew I was doing the worst case, and I finally got parried, and we fucked them up. Because like honestly, my antics did probably actually make it harder for me because like I was like most of the ballot stuff they did, like they tried to say were false signatures, or like my landlord,
I know, I heard the story. I heard the story. I've heard the story. I don't want to hear it again. I've already heard that story. I'm asking, why did you run for?
No, but here's the good news for you, is what Perry told me is that, so like the way they screwed me the most was on the signatures. Apparently that's not as big a deal, because you're dealing with the state board of election, and the state board election isn't as thuggy. They're on the side of the candidate, and there's like there's 2 recent cases of incumbents that shouldn't have been on the ballot, Bobby Rush and Brad Schneider, and then also a Republican, a challenger for governor, Jesse Sullivan. All 3 of them should have been kicked off the ballot. Jesse Sullivan had hired bad petition people. They forged it, but they just kind of were like, let me try. Brad Schneider faked his address, but he got like a rabbi to like speak as a character witness. And look, you know what? It's better for democracy if we just keep him on the ballot. And then Bobby Rush just like didn't turn enough signatures, but he was looking he's a total Fed incumbent communist piece of shit. He retired this term, and I actually did videos for him. But regardless, they were just like, democracy wants him on the ballot.
Well, I'm sure the challenge.
What?
The name is the committee person petition. So there's really no difference to the challenge.
No, there is. We were dealing with the Chicago government. This is state.
I get it.
So
Did you hear what I said?
It's on your side.
The petition is the exact same fucking thing as the other petition. There's barely any difference.
There's case law. That's where it's different in the process of how it's confirmed. That's why you got screwed in you remember in Chicago?
Yeah, but they're not. They're gonna put it on the jumbotron and they're gonna challenge every single signature line by line.
No, I'm saying you would have done a little bit better if you were running for Congress instead of committeeman. You probably would have kept 25% more than what you got for committeeman.
Well, I hope so, because that would have put us over the threshold. But
that's what I'm saying. That's the good news. But the bad news is we still need to get the full amount and then get like 800 more and. Like you really just, if you can just be there, it's over. Like if you actually can just take it, like suck it up, take the L.
There's no L,
dude. Hang out there for a whole month, you're good. If you actually just hang out there for a month, you're good. It's just you go to the football games, you go to the Oktoberfest. Like during the day, you hit up the boomers door to door, and we're getting the list from that guy that you sent the form to.
Do you have
those guys up from like 12 to like 4?
Do you have? Okay, so can you help the campaign extract the data from that list that he sent me? Can I forward you the email that I sent to Jared?
Please, because that's what you do, is you basically hit up the boomers, because you can't hit up the train stations from like 10 to 3. And so from 10 to 3, that's who you're going door to door to their actual houses. And then you basically, like your critical hours are the like 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. at some sort of train station or something.
Dude, Walmart and Costco all day long, dude.
That too. You get 100 in Chicago, and those are kind of bigger cities, Peoria, Rockford.
Dude, that's.
Am I wrong?
I just gotta.
Two colleges?
I can do it probably all in Rockford myself.
Is there a football? Is there like an I thought Illinois State is in your district.
Yeah, I was looking. Well, Illinois State is, but I was looking at DeKalb. I don't think DeKalb is, right?
Oh, that sucks. Northern Illinois would be great. It's not.
Let me see what.
But Lana's awesome, and she's a committee person, and she's like, she's a big Illinois record supporter. But like, I'm not sure she's gonna be 100% on board with you, but like enough to get you like 10 to 20, and you don't want to spend any time out there. That's so far. Carrollton. Unless you want to, but that's in your district too. Isn't that nuts?
Listen, Rockford would be the best place to win this thing.
Rockford, Aurora, and Bloomington, because you want to go to the high dense areas where you can actually go door to door and guarantee that you get like 15 an hour.
So Winnebago County is districted, and did you see the carve out in the actual city of Rockford?
Yeah, Rockford might be too confusing. That's why
the city itself is out of the district. That's in a Democrat's district.
Yeah, they did that to support a Democrat. So you might not. Rockford might not be the place.
Winnebago. See, that's the thing about Winnebago County is this is what's so annoying is the counties are sliced by the district, and it's hard to know exactly whether they're in or out of district. So.
That's why you need double the amount. That's why they always say that. But that's why, like, if we're doing this, if you're actually taking it seriously for a month, is there anywhere that's 100% safe? Like, is Peoria?
That's what I'd rather go to Peoria than Rockford, because Peoria is probably a safer city than.
What city's 100%? So for me, it was like Cary, Evanston, from the 9th district. Like, these were areas where it didn't matter. If I'm like, you're from Evanston, okay, great, you're my district. Oh, you're from Cary? Great. Like, what is Peoria that way? Or is Peoria?
Why did you even bother running for committee person? It's such a waste of time. It's such a stupid little thing. It's pointless.
I thought it would be just a small thing. I thought it'd be, you know what? Call me naive. I thought it'd be a small, nice, positive thing for me to do. My bad. These just absolute garbage. That's literally what I was thinking. I'm like, you know what? Like, I really love my community. I love religious people. I feel like they really mean well, but aren't politically active because they're more focused on more important things like putting food on the table. It'd be nice. But no, like Dan, the tranny lover.
What a waste of time, I mean.
And Joseph, he's got a flow. But Max, he's got a flow.
But he's so stupid he couldn't get enough signatures himself, and he got kicked off by Nabi. But yeah. So can you? I think like, is it possible? Let's try to find like a sublease, or like let's actually have you stay for somewhere for a month. That's what it's gonna take for you to get it out. Up to you. If not, I think you should pivot and run for commissioner or something like that. Or
Dude, there's no pivot.
There's no pivot. Closer.
Yo, you're a terrible prophet, dude, because there's no fucking pivoting at this point. I'm all in for this, man. It doesn't matter what the past or what the conversation was, dude. I don't know what to tell you this, but you're nothing but a pivoter. And when I ran for committee person, I gave you the paperwork. I gave you the paperwork to challenge Stella Richards, and you never filed it. I filled out all the paperwork, you never filed it, because I could have challenged her ass. She challenged me, I could have challenged her, she didn't show up. That fucking Fugazi attorney showed up twice. What a waste of time. And she bitch never showed up. So the thing is, her name is on a website, and they hold, mock trial pizza parties. What is the point of that fucking organization?
I dropped the ball big time. Like I was challenged myself.
But the point is, even if we became committee people, it's a pointless nothing burger.
You can do nothing as a committee person.
You can go have pizza anytime you want. What's the fucking point? What's the point? It's a nothing.
John, you know how much more pizza I could have got instead of paying Carrie? Like, I think $1,000, or was it $1,400? You mean pizzas? We could have been, dude. So if it was frozen pizzas,
dude,
pizza and beer. We're gonna be having Illuminati's every day for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I've been having Illuminati's in a while.
But regardless, Congress is obviously a little bit different. But also, commissioner's kind of bullshit too, honestly.
The thing is, we've already invested in these signatures. I'm not.
Well, you are, because this bitch robbed you.
Well, we don't know that yet for sure. We won't know.
I'm assuming that. So let's just assume that.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. If they wanted to fill out a piece of paper for $15 and do that all day long, is that not just like the craziest fucking scam and waste of time you've ever heard, to fill out a piece of paper for $1.50 a line? Like, it's not an art project. Maybe it's an art project. We're gonna find out. I want,
that's fine too. I just meant that I'm not sure how much, that she actually has an address, that she's real, like that kind of thing.
Dude, I can send you the pictures. She sent me photos of every petition, and when I look at it, you have to do a lot of analysis, and I've been putting a lot of the addresses in.
It's an art project, and she actually did that effort. That's different. I'm talking about I just want to make sure that she's real.
If she just opened the white pages and filled it out, it's possible. But the thing is, some of the writing is so sloppy, I can't even pull the address. So what the fuck?
That made it look real. No, honestly, when I saw it looked like your average petition. I did not see the kumbaya. Like, it looked real. It would be like next level crazy if she just made this shit up.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'm still paranoid,
No, but why are you talking? She should be UPSing it to you. You should be picking it up.
Dude, no shit, man. But it's not that hard to go to fucking United States Postal Service to do a signature confirmation. It costs you $10, and I was gonna pay for it. So the thing is, the whole thing about her mother. I hope her mother's okay, but at the same time, I've sent you over $1,000.
You should notarize it. Just have him notarize it for you. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be her. Obviously, it does put the liability on you a little bit, but not really.
No, dude. The banker who opened my account is going to do all the notaries, so it's free. It's fantastic.
So why can't we just pick up her shit from because she has sheets. She took pictures of them.
Yeah, I told her I'm meeting her. Did you not read the fucking text messages? This is why I send you all these screenshots, so I don't have to sit here and repeat myself.
She sounds like she's being evasive the whole time.
No shit. We don't need to talk about it anymore. We've text messaged the conclusions of this situation. There's no reason to discuss it any further. I'm gonna have a good night. I hope you have a good night. Rabbanu Shalom. I will talk to you soon.
Totally. No, but are you going down there tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, because you can let me know before whatever. I can maybe throw you on some, let's figure out your house situation. Because I think you should find some place to stay for a month.
No, dude, I'm not doing that. I'm going there with one mission, and that is to pick up these petitions and to go to Oktoberfest. That's the whole mission. And you are to...
With Dr.
with Lamont and Dr. Carr. That's what I thought. The room has been open since 6:30 in the morning, and all this stuff has been popping off left and right with the shutdown, with the possible war that's going to be going between NATO and Russia, with the immigration situation, blaming it on California. It's been crazy. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Miss Ballard. Hi. I've been chatting you in the chat, and you don't see it though, but every time I see you, I check you in the chat. The only thing I've been hearing is, the House doesn't want to pass the continuing resolution for the budget until, I guess, the Senate agrees to the Obamacare subsidies or some little things like that, something like that, and they want that included in there, and that's understandable. But I guess with the school upping the ante of, well, if we end up going to a shutdown, only about 8 agencies are going to continue working. Like, it won't be the typical, I'm sure y'all have talked about it. It won't be the typical furlough where, okay, you're off and then you come back once the continuing resolution. Thank you, sweetie. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's like the big thing. I don't know.
Did you intentionally go out long or you finished talking?
Request that the Dems are asking for, but he's fully prepared to shut down the government anyway. Like, he was willing to do that when he got in office. He's doing shit. He's just doing some underhanded, dirty shit, and this is almost an excuse. The fact that I really think it's planned, but it's an excuse. Oh, well, we couldn't come to an agreement. I'm going to shut it down. I think he always wanted to just destroy the infrastructure and weaken us for some other deviant purposes. And I just don't know what those are because I can't even think like that.
Is that not what Harris said the whole entire time she was campaigning?
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make sure because nobody thought she knew what she was talking about, and she was just a woman just talking, running for president, and now everything she said, I'm gonna go back on quiet.
Yeah, she said it. Nobody listened to her. They disregarded her. Oh, like you said, just a woman talking. She doesn't know what she's saying. But at the same time, I think more people should have said it on the Dem side. That's very frustrating. More people should have said it. Hillary Clinton could have come out and said it. I think anybody that was a Democrat could have come out and said it. And then those Republicans that don't even align with him could have said, we are concerned. But they would never betray their party, even if they won't vote for them privately. So yeah, I'm kind of anticipating.
I just want to know what he got on there because he got some power and he got everybody by the balls. I don't know.
I think it's the other way around. I think the people that he owes, they have him by the balls.
Exactly.
So he has to dance and do what they want. And whoever, like George Carlin said, there's a big club and you and I ain't in it. He said he wasn't in it and he was a white dude. But there's a big club, and the people that are running the shit are the people that are running the shit. And I don't even think it's Trump at this point. I really don't.
It's not. I mean, and
What is that, Black Rice?
no, it is the same person who's trying to blow up everything everywhere so he can get, basically, in my opinion, control over the continent of Africa. So he can be the world power one day. Or whoever, he can say he led Israel to world dominance some kind of way. I feel like that's what is, and I think I told you guys yesterday that there's this website called Yandex, and you can
It's called what?
Yandex, Yandex, that comes up in your search engine, and you can put in BB documentary, and I don't know if it'll come up now because when I try to do it again, it might have been scraped from the web, but it is eye-opening about BB, all the way back to his childhood, and it is narrated by his best friend, who he eventually financed to be an American film director, a film producer here in the United States.
Can you put that in the chat? Or is it
I
safe?
can't. Look,
Is it safe?
I tried to find it again because I actually fell asleep on it 2 nights ago. I think it was 3 nights ago when I was watching it. I fell asleep on it, and then when I tried to search for it again, I couldn't find it. So it may have been.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to look for. Say it again.
But somebody said that it might be on YouTube. I just don't know.
What's the friend's name?
Somebody in the chat said this is the second time it's been scrubbed.
Why? Spell it again.
Yandx. Yandex.
.com.
And then, like, I don't know if CEO is still, he wanted to say something, did he check? But he was saying, how are we calling Donald Trump? And see, you guys said what I was gonna say, but I didn't even have the energy to answer him at the time, because it says, how we are calling Donald Trump dumb and stupid, whatever, because he's making all these, I'm just paraphrasing, all these, precision moves, and it's not even him. That's what was going to be my answer. It's not even him. We got Stephen Miller, Steve Bannon, all the people supposedly, I feel, could be wrong because I'm not politically savvy like you guys, but I don't think Trump's running shit. I think he agrees to whatever they tell him to agree with. They push in his ear. All he's dreaming about is a bucket of chicken and a hamburger and trying to keep his blood pressure down and his ankles reduced. I don't think this man to sit up and be strategically going with the NATO thing. See, the first thing he talked about was this is somebody who's supposed to be smart and strategic, right? The first thing he's talking about having people arrested for an escalator. That's the level he's on. And a teleprompter, and that's the level that he is on. It's the people behind him that are pulling these strings.
Leaders get credit for the people they hire.
Leaders get credit for the people they hire or told to hire? Yeah.
Told to hire?
Yeah. I'm getting credit for that, CU. If I have somebody on my staff and they tell me to hire so-and-so and I do it, yeah, of course I'm gonna get credit for it. And if I'm a legit person, I will give them the credit for telling me to get the credit. But he ain't even that smart,
Somebody in the room yesterday, Lisa, said that 50% of Project 2025 has been completed.
That's what I heard too.
So if people are saying that and then saying that he's a dummy, he's not doing anything. Two things I don't know how you square those.
Yeah, they both can't be true. They can't both be true.
Honestly,
what did I just say?
Oh, it's the people behind him. He's the president, but it's the people behind him.
Exactly.
Like you wouldn't say that for the CEO of a company, right? That's nonsensical. If it's the people working underneath him that he appointed, and sure, he had a set of advisors, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's what a CEO does. You listen to advisors, and you get credit for when it works. You take the damage when it doesn't.
It's not true.
But that's what every leader does. This
No,
is
no,
what
no, no,
every
no.
leader
Yeah.
does.
But what you're,
Here's
but
what's
this is the
stupid.
I'm sure Barack Obama wasn't walking around not knowing, not how to pronounce acetaminophen.
That's a different conversation. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that Trump, you the guys are the one who's exalting him and trying to make it seem like he's this intelligent supreme leader.
No.
That they don't
I
even know
just
what
argued
he's
against
talking
the
about or
idiot
even
term.
located on the fucking map.
Also,
I'm not trying to hold him up. I just want to clarify. Hold on. I just want to clarify. I'm not trying to hold him up as the mastermind genius of all time. I push that in a complete idiot.
yeah,
It's
okay.
a low bar. It's a low bar.
Here's why he's a complete idiot, okay? This isn't that hard. He can be effective and stupid at the same time. I've known lots of stupid, effective people. They generally do really dumb shit. That's why we call them stupid. He, as it turns out, is very effective. He's very effective at mismanaging a pandemic. He's very effective at making choices that hurt the American people in order to line his own pockets. He's very effective at those things. He's also an idiot because he doesn't understand basic concepts. He like really basic ones. He has trouble stringing words together. That was irony, I guess, me fucking that up. That's why he's an idiot.
I like that.
Like that's why he gets called that, is because he doesn't understand basic concepts. And while yes, he is effective, it's not to anybody's gain except for perhaps lining his own pockets. And if you respect that and that's like where your values lie, I guess you could say he's some sort of genius. But you're calling him a genius because he's corrupt.
I didn't call him a genius.
No, I'm saying you would be. You would be if you were to say that. But this is the thing, like, being effective doesn't make you smart.
So here's what I am going to disagree with you on this one. Okay, never mind. I won't say anything. Just go.
Shut up, Omari. Goddamn, just don't. No, nobody was saying. Okay, that was you being dumb, CEO. Nobody was saying, because you were talking. I just thought I was next. Now go ahead, big baby.
Go ahead, Salome. I'll see you.
One of the top measures of any leader is whether or not they reach the objectives that they have. I mean, that's been like 101 leadership for a very long time. So that is a measure, and it is a meaningful measure. So I don't get that pushback.
I would push back about who the leader is. So my argument is not that it isn't effective. We see it's effective, and we see it's lining the pockets of certain people, and we see it's helping the Republicans in a big way, not the poor Republicans. But I would push back on what the leadership is, and that's my whole argument, is that he is in my opinion, he's just the figurehead for it, because we know he didn't think up all of this shit. And yes, to your point, it's a team behind, it's advisors behind a CEO, but I'm arguing that the team isn't even behind his ass. He's being a puppet. They are running him. I'm arguing that it is the advisors that are running the government. It is not him. And he is simply the figurehead. So I would never praise him, but all those Republicans that put this shit together, from Project 2025 to everything else, they gave him those ideas because it's something they wanted. They paid for him to be in that role to execute it, and or to at least appear to execute it. And so he's certainly not a leader. He was a shitty businessman, and now he's definitely lining his pocket, and he's gonna, because he didn't even want to be president, he's going to make this work for him. And that's what I think he's doing.
Can I get in here on this also? So just CEO, and to your point, so with this whole thing at the UN with the escalator that his people stopped, and the teleprompter that his people messed up, he is so dumb. He's so idiotic. He's so easily manipulated that they stop that. Then he goes on a rant like a freaking baby in front of world leaders, leaders who actually have intelligence, leaders who have graduated, who have advanced degrees, leaders who have served in their military, leaders who have like given their blood for their country. With this idiot, he's an idiot, man. I don't know how you say. And then like the UN debacle, and then he follows it up with, well, you don't know how things were in West Palm Beach back in the day when they talked about the Epstein stuff. He's an idiot. Like, I mean, please prove me wrong.
I think Rez used the best word earlier when she said incompetent, right? That's a much better word than saying idiot. So,
the other team has not been nice with their words, so we can say what we want to say.
Well, but I mean, in terms of you absolutely you say what you would say, but I mean, in terms of squaring it up logically, though.
No, I think that's a perfect word.
No, I don't think that. I think that's happy to glad CEO. I think he's an idiot or he's incompetent. He could be either, but I think that's happy to glad. That holds no weight in changing the opinion.
Why not both of them, all three? Well, let me say this. Let me get this in real quick. Because, see, Charlie Kirk died for me to be able to say he's an idiot. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, like, okay, like, well, yeah, okay, like, okay.
Cool. Cool story. Cool story.
Ooh, that hurts.
Was that supposed to be the profound mic drop of the night?
I think it makes him feel better personally.
He said black women didn't have the brain power, so I can call like an idiot. I'm just saying, like, literally, we're in this age now of free speech, right? So, like, that's the whole thing that they push at that white nationalist rally on Sunday in Arizona. Like, that we can say we want to now. Like, this man in New Jersey, I can't think of the politician's name, talked about like Newark schools and like basically saying how segregation is good and talking about the whole thing with like blacks and whites and test scores. We can say we want to now, so I can say he's an idiot. That's all I'm saying. Like, we're in that age now.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I wasn't coming at it from the free speech angle. I was just coming at it from the angle of, like, make it just line up for me. He could do all these things that no other president has done and test the Constitution and get away with all this stuff, but at the same time, he's an idiot. I mean, so that is the thing.
And get 34 felonies and get away with it. It's, this is crazy, bro.
I'm giving you a hard time, CEO. I'm just giving you a hard time, because all this stuff is a joke. We had a black man that was hung off a bridge in New York last week, and we had another in Mississippi. I mean, they're outside now. They had a white nationalist rally in Arizona on Sunday. So I'm just giving you a hard time, because all this shit's like a joke at this point.
My assumption that white nationalists was at the event.
Stephen Miller gave parts of a speech that echoed Joseph Goebbels' speech. Like, go look at it.
Yeah, that's so wild, right, Michael? That to me, like,
I'm saying all this stuff's a joke at this point.
Yeah, it's so wild. And like, look, whether or not Trump is an idiot is maybe not the most important conversation. The question is he helpful or damaging? And if you still think he's helpful,
there's no question about that, Your Honor. I mean,
yeah, but like, well, who cares about the definition of the ad hominem attack on him? Like, I mean, I've got all kinds of insults, all kinds of words that I could use to describe Donald Trump. But the thing that actually is the most impactful is like, what is his impact on people? Like, what is he actually doing that changes our lives? And the things that he's doing that change our lives are unabashedly a fucking disaster and tragic and leading to all kinds of human suffering, both here and abroad. I mean, why the hell is he putting massive tariffs on upholstered furniture? What is wrong with this man? He's attacking Tylenol. He's now attacking mifepristone, which is an important drug for women. Like, this man is just a terrible, terrible human being who has no problem causing human suffering. And he said it himself at a fucking funeral of all places that he wishes ill on his quote unquote enemies. And he's talking about us.
Darryl Wright said the word hate in a place where he had an opportunity to bridge differences. He further exasperated them by saying, what he hated. And I just think that that is not representative of the POTUS. And in so many ways, people are supporting him no matter what he does, which is terribly dangerous. Terribly dangerous.
So Butter, he's not POTUS. Somebody else is POTUS. He's just a puppet. So I gotta correct you there. And also he's not dangerous. No one listens to him. He's stupid. He's an idiot. So no one listens to him. So I mean, I think I don't know what the argument is. If nobody respects him, nobody likes him. He's an idiot. He doesn't have no support, and therefore it's. And then therefore, what is the complaints?
Hold on for a second.
What's the complaint?
Is he being?
Hold on real quick, Si. Hold on real quick. Just let me get one thing. The thing is that with Omari, what you said, that's incorrect. These rooms have y'all effed up. Because we get in here and like we're erudite and we're smart and we have all like we got degrees, we're all in here and it's like we're having these conversations. In middle America, people listen to him. People literally take what he says as gospel. That's why he's dangerous when he just spouts off the stuff he does. People literally, you could see it. That 100,000 that packed the Arizona Stadium, all those people, anything he says is like his words of the gospel. So he's very dangerous.
Those people are never going to listen to you. They're never going to like you. They don't like you. So if you put those 100, hold on 1 second. Let me finish. Let me finish. If you put 30, you put the same people in this room that was at that rally, you would have a completely different conversation. They would be calling you the same thing that you say they would be saying about Biden. They would be calling him slow, auto pen, this, that. I mean, we're in an upside down world. I mean, I can't wait till Stranger Things come out because this is really the world that we're in.
Here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. So
nobody was still voting for Kamala Harris on that side.
Listen. Here's the thing. The other people like us, the radical left, we don't lynch people. We don't go to HBCUs and put threats on kids for something that we have nothing to do with. Like a white kid gets shot by another white kid, and we're not going around the PWIs and being like, we're gonna come like kill people and talking about what we're gonna do. Like, man, please with that or whatever. This shit is dangerous and it's not a joke anymore. And I'm just saying, like, I'm it's just not a joke. So like y'all keep on having these goofy ass conversations.
But no one's laughing. I'm not laughing. I never went ha ha ha. If you could have the same conversation with the same people on that side, they don't like you either. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If that can't get through your head, I don't know what can. They're having the same negative conversation that you're having about them. Hold on.
What is your point?
I'm talking to Mike right now. The point is,
you're repeating yourself a second time, dude.
If you can complain all day about Donald Trump,
you can explain it would be useful.
They're complaining about you. They think you're the ones that are destroying this country. They think Biden is the one with dark brand and that causes the division.
They're lynching people, Omari. We're not. They're causing threats on HBCUs. We're not. They're doing stuff. We're not, Omari. What are you talking about?
I think he's just talking about the perception and like how do you maybe break through the perception.
Right, exactly. And he couldn't understand that.
Can we break through? Can we stop lynching folks? Can that happen? Can we break through on that? Can we stop you literally, black people have to be like, we literally have to like be cautious in the way we move. There was a dude that came on and said, Trump, give me the trash, Trump. I'll go door to door. I'll go door to door. Let me at them. These people are idiots. They're mad dogs. The people that try to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. All these people, the people that like try to burn Josh Shapiro's house. The man that like took the hammer to Nancy Pelosi's house. Then they joked about Nancy Pelosi's husband. And then they want to talk about you shouldn't make fun of people after attacks. And they will. I'm just saying. It's a joke. I'm just saying these conversations we have are like this is just some stupid shit. Anyway, that's why I ain't been coming up. I'm good.
Yeah, and the problem with this is also the things that are being done with power are not congruent. So those people can feel however the way they feel, but there's still objective reality. It still exists. Like, we're still here. And the problem is that the stuff that they're saying doesn't add up. And I agree that it's a problem that our country is so divided. But you can't, resolve that division when you've got one side that is so incredibly propagandized that they just are so divorced from reality that they can't connect anymore. They're attacking Tylenol, man. What the fuck is going on? They're out of their goddamn minds. We're talking about 90,000.
Did you just not hear what Butter said? And you're gonna come up and lie for that?
The White House. Like this shit is absolutely crazy. They are not on. Like they're not like living in the real world, and they like it's not close. Like I would love to find common ground. I found common ground with lots of people many times over many years. But if you're gonna tell me that the 2020 election was stolen, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? You're an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is the tone of the country can't change while Trump is leading it. It just cannot.
But what it did do is expose some of those closed door conversations that were being had that we always knew were happening, but we never heard at the level of transparency, you could say, as we do now, which is why Charlie was such a big, so many people were a big fan of his, because he was saying things that they didn't have the courage to say. And also the data that has been used to back up some of these talking points is misleading data. So it doesn't tell the whole story. It's just a piece of the story that supports the stereotypical vision that they want to have about people, and to justify the reason why they are either feeling under attack or attacking.
Do we need anybody to tell us the whole story? We're being told the rest of the story. We knew the story during his first term. We're just getting the rest of the story. We knew how this man was. It's no surprise how he was. And he just carried it complete, and that's all. I mean, I wasn't surprised by his action. I'm still not surprised by anything that he does.
They had an episode. They showed this episode of an old Twilight Zone where Dennis Hopper basically played this white nationalist or whatever, like these Hitler youth that were like trying to spring up in America, and have this shadowy figure in the back. You can't see like the face, but it's like Hitler or whatever. Like if Hitler lived, and he was trying to influence this thing. And they talked about he was telling them about like getting a martyr, and like Dennis Hopper was like, well, how do you figure out like who a martyr is? He says you don't figure it out, you choose the martyr. I'm just saying this thing that they've done with this CK kid before, nobody really knew about him. Some people did or whatever, like just like you know about you were like Nick Fuentes and some of these people, but he has become something like so much more powerful, like in death, and to the point about like this man I saw from New Jersey, I can't think of the politician's name, that literally was talking about test scores and black kids and white kids, like you said, saying the quiet parts out loud. Like I said, we real effed up place right now, and that's why like I can't with this thing with like just like Aaron was saying with this middle ground, and like Tomar's, we can't go back and forth. There is no more even Steven on this or whatever. They kill people, and they are doing things that are very damaging. Even with this mess that he did with the Tylenol or whatever, they're literally, and like with stopping abortion, but all this stuff that they're freaking doing, where like you can't be like this woman who was like dead, who was basically like just like an incubator for a baby that was, and just. They are literally doing, we don't do that. Like the radical left, like for whatever we do, we don't do all the stuff that they do. And so I'm saying like there's little this dichotomy, and they lie. And it's like, it's just a sick.
Right, Mike. And, that's the thing. I just want to hear one person just say, a person like Omari, just admit. Just admit the truth. It's like Patty said, the belief in human rights is a threat, and that's sad. Really sad that we have to feel like that, but that's the feeling that we have gotten since this man been in office, and people, it haven't even been a year yet, and look at what we're going through. This shit is scary, you can call it fear-mongering, you can call it whatever fuck you want to call it, you know. Just use your vision here, I use mine. It is what it is. Amen. Sandra, I agree with you.
Sorry, you guys, listen to me clean the bathroom. Sorry, she didn't put me on mute.
I just want to say, follow up with one thing. I've been gone for a couple of hours, not because I wanted to be, but my battery went dead, and I had to be somewhere where I couldn't charge my phone, so I couldn't miss job. But anyway,
To the marathon.
I just want to say,
pain.
So that's what takes me off and triggers me. Like Meg was saying, when they don't tell the truth. I mean, it's hard to get them to admit to anything or to tell the truth, which makes it difficult to try to even have a real discussion because we can't agree on a basic set of facts. And one more thing I wanted to add was, yes, everybody knows violence happens on both sides, but you had J.D. Vance yesterday, before we knew anything about what happened in Dallas, blaming the left. It doesn't make sense to do that. Like jumping out, putting the cart before the horse as the vice president does nothing but make people feel worse. It is not a trajectory toward trying to make people come together. But I'm sure that they figured out that the division makes them stronger, so they believe. But I do believe they're going to, in the end, up into each other together, bumping heads together, because they're going to wake up. They have to. But what else there is, it comes from both ways. Response is different. And it's very clear. It's very clear. You went out. Yeah, you went out. Where? Okay. So yes, there is violence on both sides. But what we have to look at is the response. And the response from either side is very different. It's very different. Dems don't accuse. They don't speak more hate on top of what's happening. And it doesn't matter. They respond, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican, they respond the same way. We don't get that from the right. And to say anything different is simply a lie. And we just got to do better, y'all. I'll land.
Lisa, did you play that clip yesterday, the full clip of the Five with Jessica Tarvo and Greg Gutfeld? When they're going back and forth, you played that, right? I think she's cleaning her bathroom. So I mean,
has Jesse Waters lost his mind, or what? Or is it just me?
Yeah, he's losing it, but that's what I'm saying. Like if you just go put that conversation on with Greg Gutfeld, he's making it seem like it's the left, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not having a conversation like I'm one way or the other. I'm saying that I really feel like the division is crazy, and I'm hearing always just so many different things from different people. It's sick.
Gutfeld is on the hard right. What do you expect him to do?
It doesn't matter. He thinks it's you, though. He thinks you're the enemy.
Anyone else, sir, off the Fox News channel, period. Hello?
It doesn't matter about the channel. I think you're missing the whole point.
It does.
The point is,
let me tell you
he looks at you as the enemy.
Let me just tell you why it matters, sir. It matters because most of the programming on Fox News is entertainment. It's not news. So they don't, the same restriction that's on real journalists are not on those who are providing entertainment. Gus
Gutfeld is one of those guys. That's Hannity. That's most of them. Brett is the only one. There may be another one that. So listen to Brett Baer, whatever his name is, because he's a real journalist. And so while he may have a slant, he's giving you real news. So if you insist on being on Fox News, listen to someone. I mean, why do you want to be ignorant to real facts? And I don't mean ignorant in a in a negative way, but to not know a fact is literally ignorant to a fact. So that's what that is. But if you can't turn your channel off Fox News, which is weird in itself, as long as you understand that, but at least listen to a reputable journalist and not so much with the opinions, but it's opinionated. Morning Joe is opinionated. They are not journalists. Okay? So, listen to Brett Baer if your TV won't go to another channel. Because you sound weird a lot of times. I mean, people were thinking the same thing I was about 15 minutes ago when you spoke. We really don't know what you believe because you change every day. I don't know. You arguing both sides, and you're not doing a good job on either one because your facts are all skewed. And I land.
And Omari, like I would love for some sort of kumbaya to happen, but the reality is that like if you're talking, like if they're punching you in the face, they gotta stop punching you in the face for you to start having a conversation. And the reality is the right has been complaining about ghosts for a long ass time, like the war on Christmas, for example. Just absolute nonsense. And they've been complaining about things where, for the most part, like they've had the opportunity to do whatever they want in the states where they've had to control all those sorts of things. Meanwhile, the Republican Party has constantly gone in to other states to change things around. They've used all kinds of levers of power to impact the lives of people. Like, I live in Oakland, man. I don't remember Biden ever saying he was going to place troops in any sort of red area. Donald Trump has talked about placing troops in my home. I don't want them there. They don't belong there. There's no need for them to be there. So I can't have a chill conversation, like break bread. We're gonna I don't know, sip some sort of beverage together and figure out how we're gonna bridge our differences when someone's talking about completely unnecessarily putting National Guardsmen in my city. Not an option. This is the problem, is that the actual impact of the Republican policies is severe. And the actual impact of the things that the Democrats have done is just nowhere close. It's still in the mainstream of American politics as it has been for a long time. This dude is not that. He's a clear and present danger. And until that danger is addressed and that threat is reduced and mitigated, it's impossible to have that conversation. And the right can feel like, oh, the left is coming for them. But the reality is that they're not.
Carolina, Lisa is a perfect example. And everybody in this room know that. Lisa would get in a Democrat ass in a heartbeat. If a Democrat is wrong, she's gonna come out with it. She's gonna talk her shit. You know what I'm saying? But you will not hear a Republican own up to shit on this stage. Period. They will come up with an excuse